All right, folks. 14 for 16 in the first round. That ain't shabby. And how about anyone who listened to my bet? You are now a richer person today, as I am. So I'm hoping you listen to my bets. I'll go through the first round games. I'm going to give you my picks for the second round, plus I got a 3-team parlay that I like. And since I'm already ahead in the money, let's take a gamble. I went a little bit off the board in a couple picks, but I'm confident in them. Let's go through the games again. I didn't see all the games, so I'm not gonna really comment on them all. But I didn't really see. I saw a little bit of Gurney Cross. That was a good game. Anderson Chisnell. I watched majority of that. Was kind of disappointed in that game, to be honest, but. Anderson won. I watched a lot of the Dirk Van Dijvenbode Kim Huybrechts game because, again, that was my first bet. And boy, oh boy, Dirk Van Dijvenbode didn't play well. Still got the win. Damon had a Josh Rock. I called that. Thank you, everybody. How was he plus 130? I should have took the bet. I was the only thing that was, I did not watch the James Wade Chris Dobie game. I picked 10-8, and I guess it turned out the way 10-8. So that's the game I lost. One of the two games I lost, and I guarantee everyone lost the same game I did with the Dolan Van Gerwen. But Humphreys looked good. Michael Smith's deep beaten was just god awful to watch, which was disappointing. Dimitri today, fantastic. I watched the games today. Dimitri was fantastic. Ryan Searle was fantastic. Peter Wright didn't change his grip, so got that one. I thought Gilby didn't play very good. But, 96 average ain't nothing to sniff at for Peter Wright. So he got through. And Johnny Clayton, Gabriel Clemens, whoa. Didn't expect that, but especially when you've got the money on the line that I had. So I sweated that one out. Even at 7-3, I was sweating. But Johnny Clayton won 10-8. So, again, as we go through the games, again, the best performer, Searle, was fantastic. Humphreys was fantastic. The price was good. I thought Wright was all right. He's changing darts, but again, he's coming out with the elements, just changing flights and stems. I don't think that or flights and points. I don't think that has a big difference. But anyways, let's get into the games. First one up is Gary Anderson, Daryl Gurney. I think this will be a barn burner. Guaranteed to be a guaranteed argument on stage. They always argue on stage. Go back to any Gurney Anderson matchup, you get a comment, blah, blah, blah. There will be an argument. I think it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be close. I didn't think Gary scored that well in his game against Chisnell. Gurney, I played Gurney's stats. If you take a look at Gurney's stats, he played just like his stats. If I'm going with the stats, it's Gary Anderson. Go a little bit the Scottish flavor. I'm going Gary Anderson, but I think it's going to go extra legs. So I'm going to take Gary Anderson to win this one, 13-11. Next game up, Nathan Aspinall, Danny Knopper. These guys seem to play each other a lot. If you go to the European tours, tons of times these guys play each other. I think it's the seedings. They're 8 and 9 seeds. They just meet each other all the time. And, both games gone both ways. Noppert wins, Aspinall wins. I just think on this stage, and I watched a little bit of the Noppert-Schindler one. And by the way, who called the Schindler choke? Schindler's about to get back in the game. Many doubles. The Gabriel Clemens choke. Maybe we'll call it the German choke. Because, by the way, Gabriel Clemens should have won that game against Johnny Clayton 10-2. He had so many doubles to do it. But anyways, choke. I just think Aspinall's just the kind of person on a World Matchplay stage to get it done. So I'm going to take him to win that one 11-8. Next game up, Gerwin Price, Joe Cullen. Price is, to me, he's going to kill him. Cullen played good, don't get me wrong. He played really good against the Decker in the first round, but Price is a different level. Plus, now you're getting into a little, granted, this round is just an extra leg, but once Price gets in the quarterfinals, he's going to be tough to beat. I like Price to win this one 11-5. And then Michael Smith, Chris Dobie. I don't even know where to go with this one. Again, I didn't watch a lot of the Dobie Wade game, so I can't really comment on the game. It looked like it was a pretty decent game in terms of averages. Michael Smith played god-awful. New darts, but he shot over 100 average with those darts. I just think Michael Smith beats Dobie. I think he's the better player. I know Dobie's beat him a couple times in the Premier League. I wouldn't be shocked to see Dobie win it. So you want to take some good bets, good odds. You're getting good odds with Chris Dobie. I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to take Michael Smith to win this one 11-8. Next game up, there's the cricketer, comes out with the cricket Aussie stuff to fire up the crowd, doesn't give a crap, and took out Josh Rock. I guarantee you he had the biggest smile on his face when he saw Brandon Dolan beat Michael Van Gerwen. There was no one with a bigger smile on their face than Damon Hatta. No one. I think Damon Hatta's got a chance here to get to the quarterfinals. Well, he's got a very good chance, actually. I think Dolan could give him a game, and I think it'll be closer than people might expect. I just think Damon Hatta it comes down to score. Dolan took out pretty much all his chances, although Dolan should have been up 6. I think he had 3 darts at double 12 to go up 6-2 in that game against Michael Van Gerwen. But rarely do you give him an opportunity he misses. And Damon Hatta with the doubles, just magnificent with the doubles against Rock. He's just consistent. They're both consistent, but Hatta's a more consistent 140 hitter. Where Dolan, how many hundreds did Dolan have in that game against Van Gerwen? Very rare does Dolan go with a non-treble visit. He gets a triple, but it's usually just one. Where Hatta gets the 2, the 3, he gets the big scores. So just based on that alone, I'm taking Damon Hatta to win this one 11-7. Next game up, Dimitri Vandenberg, Johnny Clayton. If you took a look at this games, the way they played in the first round, you take Dimitri Vandenberg in a heartbeat all day, twice on Tuesdays. I think Johnny Clayton's going to show up a little bit. But if you take a look at the history of these players, they've played in the World Matchplay before, and Dimitri Vandenberg's beat them. Dimitri Vandenberg on the World Matchplay stage is different than Dimitri Vandenberg on any other stage. I don't get it. He's had some good World Championship runs, but man, oh man, on a World Matchplay stage, he is dynamite. And Johnny Clayton, I think it's going to be a good game. There's no way Johnny Clayton's playing as bad as he just did. But Johnny Clayton, he's lost to Robbie John Rodriguez on this stage. He just for whatever reason, this is not his tournament. So I like Dimitri Vandenberg to win this one. I like him to win at 11-8, and you might hear a little bit later how much I like to see him win, or how much I think he's going to win. Next game up, Peter Wright, Ryan Searle. Again, a lot of people probably picked Andrew Gilding and Raymond Van Barneveld in this game. Going into the game, Searle was fantastic. I think this is going to be a doozy. Again, you're getting into a point now where Ryan Searle's going into waters he's not been in. Do I think Ryan Searle can win this game? Absolutely. If Ryan Searle won this game, would I be shocked? Absolutely not. Not a chance I'd be shocked. For some reason, the last 2 years, it's been a Peter Wright, Dimitri Vandenberg matchup at some point during the tournament. I see another one in the quarterfinal. I think this will be a doozy. I think it's going to go a long ways. If you remember the Ryan Searle, Peter Wright Players Championship final a couple years ago final, what a great game that was. I think we're going to be in for a treat here. I think actually the one thing I saw about Peter Wright today that was different, he wasn't floating the darts. He was firing them. Lately, he's been floating them. For a guy who's been struggling, he's won 2 tournaments. That ain't shabby. But he was firing the dart. He said he played horrible with a 97 average. Please, can I sign up for that? Play horrible? I just played a game of practice and I had a 55 average and I was delighted. But, again, I just saw a difference in him firing the dart. And he's using the right darts. So there's a chance. Flip a coin. I'm nowhere near the bets on this one. There's some pretty good, actually, I was pretty surprising. I expected maybe Wright to be more of or better odds for Ryan Searle. I think it's plus 110 for Ryan Searle, but I just think Wright's going to win this one 13-11. We'll go extra legs on that one. 2 extra legs, actually. And in the last game, big fan of this one, Luke Humphries, Dirk Van Dijvenbode. Humphries was on fire. Dirk Van Dijvenbode is going to get the big scores. He just can't. Humphries can hang with him. And Humphries just seems to, he's on a mission. I like Humphries for this tournament with what's happened with Van Gerwen. I don't see him being stopped until final. So I'm going to take Humphries to win this one 11-8. Now let's get into the bet. So as you know, the last bet 100 for 390. So I'm going to put another 100 down. So again, I'm riding. Even if I lose, I'm still in the red, which is a good thing. But there's 3 games that I really like in terms of the odds. So the first one I'm going to take is Nathan Aspinall over Danny Noppert. I just think I get the better player at minus 150 odds. I think there's a bigger discrepancy in those odds to me. If I would have saw minus 175, I still would have looked at it. But I like Nathan Aspinall. I like Dimitri Vandenberg. He's the underdog. I'm getting plus 100 on him over Johnny Clayton. I think he's just got Johnny Clayton's number. I think he's the better player. I think in a world match play stage, this is his time to shine. Take a look at the results today. You're carrying it 2 days over. I like that one. Am I confident? Am I as confident as the last bet? No. Johnny Clayton can certainly win. I just like the odds there. I think Dimitri's the better player, and I'm getting the better player for plus 100. I'll take it. And then last, I'm getting the best player with Luke Humphries over Dirk Van Duyn, but I believe I'm getting minus 160 on that. I don't think it's close. I think the most comfortable game I'm going into is probably that one. So I'm taking Nathan Aspinall, Dimitri Vandenberg, and Luke Humphries, and I'm getting $5.30 at my money. So $100 gives you $538. I like it. Let's see what happens. So again, I went 14 for 16 in the first round. There's no one who went 16 for 16. There's no one who put Brandon Dolan over Michael Van Gerwen. If someone went 15 for 16, hats off to you. Fantastic. I like my 14 for 16. I think that's fantastic. Let's hope I go 8 for 8. And if I go 8 for 8, then I'm going to be really, really smiling going into the quarterfinal. Hope everyone enjoys the second round. I'll talk to you after that. Cheers.